This is a story about my first experience in Afghanistan shooting my weapon. It started off as a normal day. It was a Friday, which is considered their Sunday, so nobody does anything because they sit there and pray all day. So it started off, we get up, we go brush our teeth, and then everybody starts to go head to the DFAC to go eat chow. And, everybody's sitting there bullshitting about how we didn't want to go to the ceremony. It's, everybody wanted to rest and just sleep because, everybody's just tired from their missions, just nonstop, and that's the only day you get to have a rest. So we finally get down to where the ceremony's supposed to happen, and, everybody's sitting there bullshitting with each other throughout the whole week because you're seeing people that you don't really get to normally see. But somebody finally comes out and says, hey, the ceremony got canceled. So everybody's like, fuck yeah, we gotta go back to our rooms and sleep. But, me, I was like, I gotta take a shit. So Sergeant Crank's like, I'm gonna go with you because I gotta go too. So I was like, okay, so we both head down there. It's about like 200 meters down from where we lived, so it's not that far from our rooms. I go into my stall and I see Sergeant Crank get into his stall like a couple down next to me. And I finally sit down, so I'm sitting there, I get in the stall, taking my shit. And for those of you who don't know what a porter shitter is, it's like the portable restroom, but you can only imagine taking a shit in 120-degree weather. So I'm sitting there, taking a shit, reading signs from everybody talking shit in the porter shitters. It says like, fuck the Army or fuck the Marines. People can't spell because we shared a base with the Marines. And then all of a sudden you just hear this, boom! I literally shot up so fast and this shit just rolled up back in my ass so fast. I couldn't even explain it. And everything just shook around us. So I'm just sitting there freaking out. And then I hear my NCO, who was Sergeant Crank, yell, Casillas, hurry up, get out! And, I've already had my pants up, I grab my weapon, and we go out, and he's like, hey, we gotta go get our gear on. And me and him were the only ones that kept our gear in our rooms, and everybody else was running out from the rooms to go get their gear, and then we just ran in our rooms, put our gear on real quick, and then come outside to see one of our other NCOs just running right past us, just with this body over his shoulder. And then there's just this guy just bleeding all down his leg. And I was just like, holy shit, like, what is going on right now? So we finally get, he finally drops him off like a couple yards behind us to where this casualty collection point was, to where it's just, if somebody got hurt, this is a set position to where you're gonna take them because somebody else is gonna come pick them up. So he goes to drop him off and then comes to get me and Sergeant Crank because we're the only ones with our gear on. So he comes to get us and we run, he's like, you're coming with me, so we start running back to where everything's going on, and I noticed us running to where this big ass hole is in the wall. I was like, that's not supposed to fucking be there. I was like, what's going on? Am I gonna have to shoot my weapon for the first time? So I'm sitting there freaking out and he's like, get down. So we're behind this bunker and we finally get it to where we're going. I see the hole in the wall where it's at, and then he gets down, Sergeant Pottle has a mic in his ear talking to where everybody's at. And he's like, I hear people yelling RPG at 12 o'clock, and that's where we were, facing our 12 o'clock. And then all you hear is people yell, RPG! And Sergeant Pottle just stands up. And I get up with him, and I see where he's looking at, so our weapons are pointed at this tower. And he starts shooting, he had to have shot like 2 to 3 rounds before I finally see him shooting his weapon off, and I finally see where he's shooting at. And I shot about 7 to 8 rounds until I finally saw where the guy was. I was just aiming and spraying. Hopefully I shot the dude because I was just scared, and you just hear bullets coming right by your ear and stuff. So I just shoot 7 to 8 rounds, and then you just see this body that was over the rail just fall, and then Sergeant Pottle's like, get down, Casillas, and I get down with him, and I'm sitting there freaking out. I was like, we just might actually just killed somebody, and my face was just white, and I was just scared. And Sergeant Pottle was like, you all right? Because this just started, and there's still rounds going off everywhere. I'm sitting there scared. I'm only 19 years old. And he reassured me. He's like, you're going to have to recollect yourself before, because obviously it's only like 10 o'clock in the morning, and the firefight it lasted about 2 hours. But that is my first experience shooting my weapon.